Well, it's ripening YouTube. Hey, I'm just processing some of these jackfruit I got from my trip down to Homestead this weekend. I had two jackfruits that I brought home. One was like this big, and I really had high hope for it, and it really sucked. It wasn't sweet. It just kind of had like a starchy, I don't know. It was soft, but it wasn't, it didn't ripen properly. I don't know what the deal was. The second one I just opened up, and I cut it in half the way I normally do. And I've already processed, or semi-processed, the first half. But one thing I wanted to show, which I thought was pretty unique about this jackfruit, is how easy it is to peel. If you look at it, this one, you see the color runs all the way to the edge and all the way to the core, and there's really no white rag, which you usually get, which is showing that it's fully ripe. You know, everything got to develop fully. But I'm going to just see if I can show you what I mean by how easy this one is to dissect. All I'm doing is cutting a little bit of this core out, and then literally just pulling the thing apart. So that's where all the little arrows attach to. It reminds me more like almost in the Champadak kind of range as far as easy peel. And the same thing with the outside. See if I can do this in a way that you can really see it. So here's the top of the fruit. I'm just pulling it back like this. Maybe it's not gonna. Anyway, if I open it like that, it just breaks apart, and the skin even tears. And it's super easy to just pull the arrows apart like that. And if you know anything about jackfruit, they can be a real pain in the booty to process. But this one, I mean, you're watching me right now do it. Ugh, just dropped a piece. But it's taking no time at all. I'll have this thing done in probably less than a minute. This one has kind of a pineapple flavor, which I haven't really had before. It's not crunchy, but it's not super soft, so it's kind of in that mid-range. And I'm really impressed with how easy this is to pull apart. I really didn't even need a knife. I kind of cut into it like a regular one, thinking it was going to be a project, and it's not. Pretty easy. So I'm going to probably save some of these seeds, and I don't know. Maybe I'll label them like easy peel or something and put them in the nursery. And if anybody's interested in this type of jackfruit, let me know. I do have a little fruit tree nursery at my farm, and I will be expanding it in the future, and this will probably be part of that expansion. So look out for that. I'm excited about sharing what I find as I go. Some of these things are you just happen to find them. This jackfruit in particular, we were at the what is it called? USDA Subtropical Research Center. So I was actually there looking for coconut sprouts, different varieties, and we were next to some jackfruit trees, and I asked if I could go look at them, and he let me go pick a couple. We picked one that was ripe that day, and it was real watery, and it wasn't very good, and we picked this one. And the only thing that told me to pick this one was that the stem was turning brown. It looked just like the rest of them. But there you go. Totally cleaned out. I've done jackfruit before where it took me 20, 30, even probably more than that minutes to process, and that's it. My hands are not sticky. I'm just going to rinse them off so I can touch the screen to pause the video. But that was it. So I think I'm going to call that the Easy Peel Jack. Look out for it. I'll have it in my nursery, and hopefully we'll get it propagated. See you next time. That's what's ripening. Okay, one final thing. I really wasn't done because all of this rag is edible. A lot of times the little sections that are between, like here we go. A lot of times you have like these main arrows and you'll have these little thready pieces that go in between them like that. Usually the arrows will be a certain color, yellow or orange or red or sometimes like a pale yellow. And the arrows will usually be kind of whitish or tan and pretty fibery. In this case, it's the same color, which is usually a good indicator that it's edible rags. I call them rags. That's the little shreddy parts in the middle. The reason that's wonderful is because there's not nearly as much waste. So if you go and buy a jackfruit like this, you pay $1, $2 a pound, sometimes up to $3 a pound. You kind of want to get your money's worth. And in this case, you're eating basically the whole thing. You saw the core came out. The core comes out like this, so I'm not having to cut a whole bunch of the arrows off to get it out. And you can see I'm down to the very, very skin. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm basically pulling it right off the inside of the skin. So every single bit of this is edible. Even the seeds are edible too, but I'm not gonna be doing anything with the seeds like that. I'm gonna save these. But another pretty nice attribute to this jackfruit. Just wanted to make sure I added that in at the end. See you next time.